Hello, I'm Toycat, and welcome back to another episode of my Minecraft Xbox Update Adventures Let's Play. A Let's Play where I've been playing through the various updates that have come out for Minecraft on the Xbox 360, building stuff, killing stuff, and of course destroying stuff. And in this particular episode, I'm going to be working on one of the bigger projects I've been working on, kind of explaining why it is, because a lot of people have been like, Toycat, why have you even got that? And that is my super flat land. So basically, what used to happen is this area right here used to just be a little bit of a swamp, which I've turned into the insane sugarcane farm, and I'm turning it into a super flat land. And the reason behind it at first was just, oh, then I can build something there later. But as I built it and as I used it, I realized it actually has a lot of valuable uses that maybe you could learn from. Because, you know, one thing that's definitely worth saying is you don't want your entire world to be a flat land. You only want some of it to be a flat land. That is definitely got to be a fact that is worth knowing. Because the thing about flat lands is there's kind of a boring look to it. Even though this is a jungle, it has that nice beta green grass. It's still, you know, you look at it and you're like, oh, you can just see straight past everything. And it's not. There's a reason the natural world doesn't generate flat. It's not just for challenge. It is because it just makes things look a little bit better. So that's one thing to bear in mind is a flat land is meant to be just like a corner of your world. And I think as the corner of the world I'm going to have it as you can see on my map, it's going to take up a decent square, like maybe 1/20th of the size, but I want to keep having all the crazy biomes around the map because that's what keeps the world natural. But you do need flatlands for quite a few reasons. For the first reason, and this is kind of the coolest one, is if you're going at night and you want to kill lots of mobs, instead of just having an XP farm, you can actually just have a flatland and run around it. The reason you want a flatland rather than like hilly lands is because, you know, like everyone's gonna, if you have hilly lands, you'll like be backing into something and you're back into a block, and then 6 creepers will explode and you'll go flying into the air and then you'll die from full damage or something. That stuff can totally happen, but yeah, that's something you want to watch out for. That's one of the big reasons why you kind of want to have, that's why you want to have a flat land when you're doing that sort of stuff. So, if you want to kill creepers, for instance, there is no way to make an official creeper farm, because, of course, there's no creeper mob spawner. I think the official reason is because of the obvious, that, like, if you had a creeper mob spawner, imagine what happens. You go in there, there's 4 creepers around you, one of them blows up, oh, now there's no creeper mob spawner. So, yeah, that's... As far as I know, that is actually the official reason behind why there isn't a creeper mob spawner. So if you want to get creepers, the only way is with a dark area, and the best type of dark area is one which is super flat, so you don't run into something and get blown up, because no one likes being blown up by anything. So yeah, I might do that tonight just to show you that I can get some creepers, because the thing about creepers is they're probably the best source for gunpowder. I know ghasts drop them too, but ghasts are even more kind of tricky to get to. Whereas creepers, you know, they're reasonably easy to kill. They're just, if you have an enchanted sword, it's 2 hits. If you don't have an enchanted sword, just knock them back, then charge them for the second 2 hits. Or even, you can be risky and just go all in at once. Like, there's so many different ways to do it, and that's why I think creepers are pretty cool like that. So, you may be wondering why this land over here is covered in holes. This is because this is where my nether portals are going to be spawning, so I'm trying not to place too much dirt here, because it will be replaced. But just so I can get the general outline of what I'm doing here, you can see that. So, yeah, next up is the question of where you get all the dirt from. Because the thing is, both these big things right here, whoa, that's kind of crazy to look at from over here. But yeah, that and this both use, like, all the stacks of dirt. Like, you think I've just used up 2 stacks right there, or maybe it was 1 stack. Yeah, it was 2 stacks, actually. And, you know, you can imagine just how fast this stuff goes down. The easiest way to actually get dirt, it seems counterintuitive. If you don't have anywhere above ground you want to destroy, which, you know, in reality, I could just destroy the mountain and use it for the dirt. But if you don't want to destroy the mountains, because you might want to keep them for some reason, then, like, going underground, you can find massive patches of dirt. So that's something you've got to be, you know, considering the whole time. And yeah, that's my flatland talk. I think I've kind of sold you on the idea, maybe. And if I haven't, then I guess I never will. Anyway, let's start talking about what I've been up to this week, because that's the thing I talk about with this Let's Play. Because it's kind of like a vloggy thing mixed with a Let's Play at this point. Because it's just the Let's Play is actually my longest running series on my channel, on this channel. Like, it was the thing I started, and or this particular Let's Play has been going since TU5 or October 2012, I think. So. Long time ago, which is kind of cool. But yeah, that's why kind of, it's just the, hey guys, you know, talk about what I've been doing. But anyway, what have I been up to this week in the real life? Because sometimes there is life outside the Minecrafts. And this week is one of those weeks. But I had a very confusing, so me and a couple friends were going to go out. Because it's like, oh, let's play some Monopoly, have a Monopoly night. Because the thing about Monopoly is it's one of those games, like, it's such a... Oh, I found some clay. It's such a bad game by itself, but it's a cool way to, like, you know, play with friends. Like, that. You know, okay, so you know how there's some games that are, like, they aren't fun unless you're playing with friends? Like video games, I mean. Monopoly is just the video game, or the board game version of that. It really is. It's it's a horribly balanced game. Like I've been trying at some like recently, not that recently, but I was trying to just get good at Monopoly so I could, whenever it came up, because it's always annoying when you play Monopoly, just wreck everyone and then make everyone stop wanting to play it or something. So I recently started to try to get good, but the thing is against there's more clay over here actually. The thing about Monopoly is it's just such a broken game. So, that's the thing about Monopoly. There's no skill to it. It is entirely dice rolls. And it's not even like a card game where it's dice rolls with skill. It's just dice rolls with know how to not be an idiot. So, that's the thing about Monopoly. But yeah, so I kind of got distracted on that one. But yeah, Monopoly, kind of a questionable video game. But the point I was trying to make is we all were being up for Monopoly, and then we're going somewhere to play Monopoly, because we're like, okay, so where are we going to play it? And then we get there, and we realise, so no one brought a board. And it's one of those just typical situations that happens in life, where everyone just assumes everyone else has done something. And it's kind of crazy that humans are like that. No one thinks to even ask a lot of the time, and, pro tip for life, if you're ever going to be playing Monopoly or any board game, make sure someone has said board game. Or you, as it turns out, you can't actually play the game. So that's a lesson I learned right there. I just wanted to get sushi that day, and it's so weird. Like you don't know, there's a sushi chain in the UK called Yo Sushi, and they're currently doing this like Japanese apple pie. They're calling it Japple pie, and it has like sesame seed ice cream in it. And you think sesame seeds, yeah, like the a sesame seeds on burger buns, like the black seeds and what I'm talking about. Like they've got a little bit of taste, I guess. But, there's not too much to them. But then you think that and ice cream, you're like, no. But somehow, I don't get it. Whenever it's Japanese food, they just make weird stuff and they make it work. And it makes me wonder, like, can you make anything work? Like, can I just combine two words right now and they're going to magically work? Like, can I say broccoli and chewing gum? Like, if you just try hard enough, can you make a good broccoli chewing gum? I bet you could, actually. Like, because if you have, like, loads of, I don't know, like fiber in it, then you could be like, oh, it's fiber chewing gum. Ever go to a meeting, find you don't have enough fiber? Fiber chewing gum. This is my ad for it right now. If you'd be willing to buy it, let me know, and we'll cook up a batch maybe. But yeah, the flatland's going pretty well, by the way. You can see I'm kind of curving it in here. Kind of curving the wrong angle, like this. Because this is slightly off, not aligned to that. I think at some point I'm just going to triangle it in there. Maybe I'll I think I'll go this way as far as I can. And then I'll kind of curve in a little bit, and it should look somewhat natural. Because I wanted to keep this distance from the cobblestone wall, and ideally keep it, going a little bit further. Which, by the way, if you don't know, I don't know if I announced this in the Let's Play episode, but I actually finished that wall at some point during some background gameplay. And I was very proud of myself. I was like, yeah, I did it. And then it's like, okay, well, that's that. One thing I still need to do, though, is so I don't go accidentally over the border when I'm underground, I need to, dig a massive, tunnel. Kind of like just an entire wall around the outside edges of the map. But then I have to deal with the water that's going to be nearby, and it's going to be its whole own mess. But it's still something I kind of want to do, because it's just such a weird idea that I kind of want to do. And considering I destroyed the chunk, a chunk is 16 by 16, so 256 blocks. In theory, destroying a chunk is only a 1/3 as difficult as destroying an entire wall of the map. So I kind of want to try it just for giggles. And to see how it looks, I guess. I don't know, there's stuff like that I want to consider. It's just, because this Let's Play is entirely solo, if you don't know. A lot of the, I don't know, most people when they do their Let's Plays, it's a big thing. That kind of makes sense to some sense, so you can do bigger stuff. But I like this being a solo world. Everything in this world is something I've shaped the world with. And it's just kind of a big achievement to me. Oh, do you see that? The spider eyes, they get kind of funny. They glow a little bit through the water. Did you guys see that? I could be imagining it. I'm probably imagining it. But still, if I'm not, that was weird. So, yeah, now it's nighttime. We can actually show you how this works as a creeper farm. Because, like I mentioned, you can use it for any type of mob farm, like a spider if you want. But it's mostly awesome because creepers spawn here. So, yeah, we've got 3 spiders so far and nothing else. That's kind of weird. There we go, now everything spawns. And this place is wide enough that you can spawn and despawn stuff at the same time. So by doing loops of it, you get more and more creepers. And if you really want, you can be kind of wacky and do get lots of creepers on you at once. This is how I was planning to get a... oh, it's 2 hits with a jump critical right there. That's pretty handy. But yeah, what was I saying? Which, by the way, if you get your first hit as a critical, then your second hit's a guaranteed kill. Or yeah, I thought that was only sure efficiency, but yeah, if you just get efficiency, it does the same thing. But yeah, so darn it, I was on a fort train and I lost it. Either way, this works as a creep farm. I'm sure you get the point. I didn't get any gunpowder that time, but I'm not really collecting gunpowder that much right now. Although at some point I do want to have a massive TNT explosion thing. It's just, the problem with TNT is it's really great at exploding, What'd you call it? It's really great at exploding dirt. Like, it's just amazing at that. But when it comes to stone, it'll destroy like 5 or 6 blocks, and it makes you just question why you even bother. So, that's a problem I often have with it. We have a few more stacks of dirt left. Like I mentioned, I get them all from underground. And actually, let me show you that underground project too, because that's another one of these. It's actually technically part of the flatland project, because it's just the same kind of flat thing. Because this is a cool idea I've just kind of wanted to have, just so, you know, like the world kind of makes more sense. I want the entire bottom 3 layers of the map, so, well, not the bottom 3, but these 3, because these are where most of the diamonds are anyway. I want to just flatten this entire thing, because not only will I find, like, most of the diamonds, but it'll also be cool, because it means that, if this entire layer is flat, then it all just kind of will link up fine. And there was a funny glitch on my PC, so hopefully we're still recording here. But yeah, that's so like I just want to have this entire layer, like all 864 by 864 blocks, mined out. And at first that seems kind of like a reasonable goal. Also, I don't have any torches. That's a problem. But yeah, at first it seems like a reasonable goal, right? Like, oh yeah, you just. Also, we'll use the efficiency pickaxe, sorry, the silk touch pickaxe, so I can get some stone for the castle. But yeah, so at first it seems like a reasonable enough goal, but then you think 864 by 864, that's close to 1 million by itself for one layer, and I'm doing 3 layers of it. So we're doing about 2.5 million separate blocks if we do that, which that actually kind of adds up. And, you know, thinking about where you'll even store those in chests, that's, you know, like, that's just an insane amount of stacks of stuff. So I don't know actually entirely whether this is something I'll be doing, because I've spent so long on this, and I've only got an area this big. But it's one of those goals I just like to have, because it makes me feel pretty cool when the whole map's just visible down here. Because the cool thing about down here is you can turn on Void Fog and get that kind of cool effect. Which, by the way, actually this is something everyone's had turned off for such a long time, that I recently saw it again recently, and it's just so cool. Like, it makes the game a lot scarier when you're down here, because there could be anything anywhere. It's my phone going off. One sec. Just have to quickly turn that off. I was wondering what the funny noises were, but yeah. So yeah, this is Bedrock Fog or Void Fog. It's a really like it's a surprisingly kind of cool feature that kind of does its own stuff. But yeah, that's that. So anyway, let's get these iron ores here, shall we? I guess. Let's grab those. And yeah, another thing I was recently thinking is I hear a lot of people when they're talking, like, when they're trying to say, like, either money, let's just talk about, you know, something you don't talk about, or, like, you know, Zimbabwean politics, or, like, you know, you always use Zimbabwe as a country, like, a ridiculous idea for a country. It's in, like, if you're talking about something that's just like, oh, this thing people don't know, Zimbabwe. But I actually have a friend who, like, is from Zimbabwe. I'm pretty sure that's the case. You know what, really, I should check this stuff up. But yeah, he's probably from Zimbabwe, and, like, you know, whenever this sort of stuff comes up, he has, like, genuine opinions on it all, and it's like, that's kind of weird and cool at the same time. So, you know, next time you're like, oh yes, and those Zimbabwean politics. Just remember, someone out there probably actually cares, which is kind of weird like that. Anyway, let's go ahead and let's turn off Bedrock Fog, because it's kind of annoying me now. It's a cool enough thing, and you can use this for like so many cool maps, but you know, when you turn it back on, it's like, oh, the render distance has been turned back up. I can see all the way over there. Woo! But yeah, so let's go ahead and let's mine a few more blocks, and then let's get out there. Because I was just down here to show you the whole thing. Because this is a great source of dirt, which I can use for the thing. Because, although I've mown most of the big patches, all you need to do is go down any one of these tunnels, or just mine in any direction for a little bit, and you'll find just massive patches. Okay, so over here, for example, I think I saw some just over there. Yeah, over here, for example, you just see, this is a single block. Okay, yeah, here. Bunch of dirt, and even if you're mining like 3 layers like I am, it's just everywhere, just dirt, and it means you don't have to make tricky decisions about which biomes you want to destroy and stuff like that. It just means you get loads of dirt from down here, and you're doing like a mining job for the world. So that's the reason I go down here, and that's why there's going to be loads of patches that are just missing if you ever check down these areas. But yeah, that's that. Speaking of which, another thing a lot of people have been requesting more, like the 2 things I guess I've been requested for most recently, is to move my house, because I've been living in a cave since the start, really. And also, to put a world download out. So all I reckon is once I've moved house entirely to the castle, and probably for episode 250, I will put out another world download, because they do take some effort. And then you can explore all these weird caves and all the stuff they do. Except that's probably not the part you'd want to explore, but it's still something that's there. Anyway, let's break the rest of these. Oh, there's just so much iron down here. It makes me very happy. Because I'm still working on that level 4 beacon. It's draining all the iron out of the world, but it's totally worth it. And or is it totally worth it? I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, it's something that is being a drain, and it's something that's going on. So look, if I go over here, for instance, this is actually entirely in the floor, isn't it? Yep, it is. And it's also in the ceiling. I guess I already been here and I destroyed it. But yeah, you can just find massive patches of dirt if you just go down like any corridor for long enough. This one's going to prove me wrong. But you find massive like stacks or two of dirt just all chilling there. And like I said, you're doing something good for the world while you get it. So it works out for everyone and everything, which is always cool. So let's just mine this way a little bit, just so we can get back, but also break some blocks. And eventually, there we go. Like I said, you just find patches of dirt, and usually, you know, they're pretty big. Like you can see here, this is a small one, but it's still just dirt and dirt and dirt and dirt. And I don't know if this is a tip for anyone besides me, but even if it isn't, then that's still kind of cool. So yeah, go back to my main topic. So what I've been doing this week, not playing Monopoly. I'm meeting up to play Monopoly, and then not and saying, oh, let's just, I don't know, go out and do this then. But also, this week, oh yeah, I mentioned the sushi thing. That like you could just mix any two foods and go crazy with that. And yeah, I was thinking recently because like when I get on trains, I usually read Game of Thrones. I didn't this last time, but I was recently on a train and I was thinking about it, and I was like, you know what? The thing about like books is that unlike even films kind of have this, or I guess it's therefore the thing about games and stuff. But the thing what do we need least? Let's just place the torch down, then we'll be good. So let's just throw this in the ground for a second. Place down a torch, and there we go. But yeah, the thing about books, and to some extent about movies, is you kind of know when the ending's coming, so it leaves them less room to surprise end on you, or to, you know, like, to have a fake ending. Like, if you know in a book, if you're like 100 pages from the end, you know there's 100 pages worth of stuff happening, which means you can oh, I've just missed lots of stuff here. Which means you can generally work out that if, you know, the main character dies, he's not actually dead for the last 100 pages. And with a film, you know, if, you know, everyone knows the rough running time going into it. So if you know it's 2 hours, you can tell, you know, we're 40 minutes in. Therefore, logically speaking, this probably isn't the main character actually dying. But there is a kind of big exception to this rule, which comes... Oh, let's look over here. There's a big exception to this rule, which actually comes in the form of... So actually, the exception to this rule actually comes in the form of the games. Because in a game, unless they give you a list full of missions, which kind of ruins the whole thing, you can make a game. You can have as many surprise endings in a game as you want, because they don't know if the game's 6 hours, 8 hours. Even if they hear like online somewhere that this game runs for 6 hours, like different people complete games at different paces. So you could think you're 6 hours in when really you're 4 hours in. And to me, that's like a cool thing that video games can do that no one else can. So just something cool I thought I'd mention. Let's put this 22 iron away, and let's go back to the flat. Actually, let me just mention how the castle up there will be my house. I've been slowly making slight changes to it that you've been probably noticing in background gameplay. And right now, I've also done all of the little, like, you know, the half slabs around the outside. I'm missing 2 as far as I can see right now. And then they're all done, which is something I'm proud of. And then I just gotta do a lot of stonework. Like, I need so much stone. In fact, let's grab some stone. Let's work on that, because this is an all over the place episode, but that's what it's meant to be. That's what the Let's Play seemed to kind of meant to be at this point. So let's grab ourselves some stone. I just have stone everywhere. That's the thing. Stone. I can't even grab all the stone there. We put some dirt in a chest now. Then we'll have lots more space. So yeah, I'm just collecting a bunch of dirt from down under, which down under is actually how you refer to Australia, I believe, but I'm not talking about that today. And then we'll go to the stone chest, where I just put it anyway, and yeah, that's that. So a lot of people will say, tell you that instead of mining with the silk touch, I should just be mining with the regular one, and then like smelting it. The thing about smelting stone is you get so little stone for your like so little XP, sorry, for the worth, that it's basically negligible. Like, look how many stacks I've dragged out in this whole time, and how little my level has gone up. It's just something worth bearing in mind. So let's put away the clay in this chest right here. I need to just turn these clay into clay blocks, because, you know, it's just as compact and there's no other reason to have clay. But actually, wait, if you make bricks, I think you have... Yeah, if you make bricks, you have to smelt the clay. So maybe if I need to make bricks, that's a thing. But still, it just seems kind of ridiculous. Let's check the last of the furnaces. Pretty much every one of these furnaces has stone in it at some point, so it's just loads of it. And now we've got all the stone we need to work on this. So most of this will be off camera, just so you can see the progress I'm making. Because this is the project a lot of people are like, oh, Toy Cat, that. Because this is going to be the new Toy Cat house. I figure, you know, I'm moving on from the, you know, the hovel in the cave to a nice thing up there. And, yeah, we're going to try and make sure it's luxurious. I'm going to, like, have different rooms for different things. Because one of the cool... oh, there's a missing melon here. Because I think it's Enderman can pick up melons, so there's a decent chance one of them just picked it up. Which is kind of weird, and it's kind of actually strange that Enderman can actually ruin your houses if they're made out of the wrong thing. But yeah, the point I was trying to make is that one of the cool things I've already thought about is like the number of in a house, most people have like their crafting table room, their chest room, and their kind of bedroom. A lot of the time they'll even cross those over. But I've always thought it was cool that you can actually have lots of different like, oh, they're gonna knock me off into that, aren't they? They so are. Okay, they tried, but they failed. And if they come up here, they burn in the sunlight. Everyone's a winner except for me. So yeah, now we'll just go up here and we'll place some stone as we talk about the last of this. But yeah, oh, I genuinely forget. But yeah, a lot of people just have like 1 or 2 rooms in their Minecraft houses. But there's actually room for like so many different cool ones. Like you can have a garbage disposal room. And I figure this castle, because of all the space it has, like this is a pretty, you know, there's a lot of space excluding the outsides. And it's just like, I can do some pretty cool things here. So that's something I'm definitely going to be doing. Like showing off a few cool kind of things you can make with your house. Let's just quickly take the stone and turn some of this into stone bricks, because I realize I need a lot of those right now. And yeah, as you can see, I'll be working on the inside very soon. I'm just, after, like, by the end of the episode, and probably somewhere between the start of this and the next one, all I have to do is the pillars and work out what I'm going to do there. I definitely want them taller than that, but I think a lot of people like this design a lot more, but, you know, people were saying add stairs to it, which does make a lot of sense. So I reckon that, but much taller and with stairs over the top, it's probably going to be the main design, because I want this castle to be nice and grand. I don't want it to be just, you know, kind of a small thing, so I'm definitely going to invest some time and stuff in that. Anyway, I believe we are coming close to the end of this episode, so I hope you did enjoy it. If you did like it, please do like it and let me know. It helps out the channel a lot and lets me know you do like it. Otherwise, you can share it if you really liked it. It really, really helps out the channel. And subscribe if you're new around here. I make videos like this every single day on my channel. And if you subscribe, you'll see them daily on your homepage. Thank you all for watching. As you can see, the castle's coming along pretty nicely. And I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.